Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of week 18 of Vailis, where our adventurers have ventured out from their home. So, as you are, Marwin, are you going with them?
Yes.
Okay. So, you step outside, you see Marwin, tapping out his pipe, basically cleaning it out of the old tobacco that's in there, storing it up. And where would you guys like to go?
Where are we off to? Where are we going?
We got a couple of places. I want to find a jeweler to take care of sorting these gems and figuring out what's worth what. We want to try to swing by the coroners to try to find. I hope has an idea we may be able to. Bring Gwen back.
What?
Possible. We're gonna try if we can. And I also want to swing by the I want to swing by the monsters of Jakeen and see if we can't pick up the contract for the slot and get the payment for all the slot that we killed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe a cartographer and find a map since we seem to not know where anything is ever. Just a thought. Also, before we leave, I want to grab whatever bag of holding we had that had the heads in it of the slot.
Yeah. Sure.
So,
Didn't
Vespire gives it to you.
Vrax Vrax have it?
we got it.
All right.
It's right here. We're good.
Yeah, we got it.
So, where do we want to go first? I guess the corner, since that's the most, right? I guess that's the most urgent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess do we know where that is? I want to head there.
I mean, asking around, you could kind of figure it out. You do know, since you've spent some time in the forest, that a lot of the grave sites are out there.
Okay.
Typically underneath trees.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we'll head for the coroner first, just to see where, where the bodies were taken.
Sure.
Especially, I also want to ask to see if the assassins had any effects on them, whether it be like paperwork or something, anything we can try to figure out about how many more there are or what the exact reasoning why they came after us was.
While you were away, Vespire went through.
Okay.
He was able to get 2 poison knives from them, 2 poison daggers, one on each one, and the short swords and everything else on them looked beat up from the fight, and there was no letters, there was no anything else on them.
All right, then forget that. We'll just go find the coroner then.
Sure. So you guys make your way north from the Tinker's District, and as you're passing by the tavern, you see a gentleman. You kind of hear it first. You hear what sounds like drums and cymbals hitting, like as if somebody's like walking. It's like, and with that catching your attention, you look over and you see this a taller gnome. He has gnome features to him, older, but he looks pretty tall for a gnome. He's about 4 feet in height.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he's exceptionally tall for a gnome.
Abnormally tall.
Yeah, so he's marching along, and his eyes kind of catch over towards Marwin. He goes, Marwin? Marwin? Is that you? Marwin, you immediately recognize this guy as the stranger. The gentleman who taught you how to play your bagpipes. As he kind of hurries up to... as he... he's got all these musical instruments, all over him. There's... they're contraptions that are like from his legs up, hitting the drums and like clasping the cymbals up and down. He's got like a flute on his arm where he can just pick it up and start playing. Like pick up his left arm and start playing. Like he is covered like head to toe. Like he's got a harmonica like attachment, you know, it goes right in front of him. Like yeah, he is all decked out in musical instruments, and he kind of just gets kind of really close up, you know, as looks you over.
Marwin, it's been so long. How have you been? No, that's not becoming of a bard to be stumbling across your words. Ooh, who are your friends?
I'm still like taken back from seeing.
Axton is just with his arms crossed, with just like an eyebrow raised, just staring and just like very, very inquisitive at Marwin. Like, what's going on here?
I kind of shake my head. I'm like, yes, sorry. These are my friends. This is Axton.
Axton,
and
hello.
This is Hope.
Hope,
Hello.
Hope, how are you?
I'm
This
alright. How
is-
about you?
This is the traveler,
The traveler.
I am
stranger.
the stranger, the traveler, the maker of music.
Well, I am honored to meet you, good sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So, how do you know Marwin?
And he points to the bagpipe that's on Marwin's back.
I gave him that instrument and told him how to play it.
Oh,
Mhm.
we never heard him. No, did
Oh,
we?
I've one time in the
Once,
bar.
right?
Yeah.
Once we've heard him once.
It's a beautiful
That was
instrument.
when we met. When I got kicked out of the
Kicked out.
Ocean's Inn. It's a long story. I don't need to burden you with that story.
Fair enough.
So, what brings you here to Hellbrook?
I'm a traveler. I travel along, finding just the right musicians for certain instruments. I spread the joy of music.
Wow.
And every time somebody different talks to him, he turns to him and it's like booch, booch, booch.
Very lovely.
Oh,
Well, let's hear a tune, Marwin.
Yes, Marwin.
Yes.
Let
Yes.
us.
I thought we were going to the. I thought we had some places we had to be.
Well, we do, but we don't want to be rude. This is your friend, your possible mentor. I feel like we at least you owe him a song, at the very least.
Come,
All
come.
right. All right. So are we on the street or are we off to the side of the
you
street?
guys are on the
or
street.
Just standing in the middle of the street?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right. I'll pull the bagpipes off of my back and fill it with air, blow it up and everything. Kick the bag and get the drone going, and I'll start playing this song.
Okay. Roll me
What
performance.
am I rolling here?
Performance.
23.
Nice. So, as Marwin, gets ready to start playing one of the best songs he knows, and he performs it like spectacularly. You've never heard. You don't know if it's Marwin just trying to put on a show for his mentor that he hasn't seen in a while, or if he's just that good because you haven't heard him play on a bagpipe in quite some time. But from what you remember, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great performance, and as Marwin continues to play, the traveler pulls out a couple different instruments and starts playing about 2 to 3 different instruments at once. And going with Marwin's song and intertwining, it's a fantastic piece, for improv. And about this time, you look around, and a group of people have actually started to gather around and throwing coins, in the middle of Marwin and the traveler.
Awesome. This is fantastic. I'm excited. Do I have any spells that can add to this? Looking right now. I don't know if I do, but I'm clapping along. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, it's a good change of pace, to get your minds off of things that have happened in the past day, and as the song comes to a close, the crowd goes up in a roar and starts clapping. It's like,
yeah, I use minor illusion to make a big set of hands that are just clapping.
Nice. So children are like, oh my god, look at that! Oh my beholder, look at that!
Just like that?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
And I yell out, "Me too, kids!" Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even adults are like, oh, wow. Just dumbfounded. The traveler kind of smiles to Marwin and says, why don't we do another one? Let's do another one a little bit upbeat. But here, try this out. And he hands you this elongated wooden instrument. It's very colorful, all the way down. There's beads, kind of accentuating the artwork that's on it. And looking at it, you're not quite sure. All you see is a little opening at the front and kind of a bigger bell at the bottom. And it's, like I said, it's very long. You're gonna have to push it out a little bit from your feet to be able to play it.
Okay.
I look up. I reach over. I go, come on, buddy. You could do this.
Well, I look up at the traveler and I ask him what is this?
Oh, this is a very special instrument.
It
I
looks like
believe they called. What did they call this? They called it a didgeridoo.
As I say to Marwin that I think he can do this, and I'm gonna cast guidance on Marwin for his performance check.
Okay.
Come on, Marwin. Fortune favors the bold, man. Fortune favors the bold.
You know what? You're right. So I'm gonna take in a big, lung full of air, and I'm gonna start playing the didgeridoo.
And he goes,
Don't focus too hard on it. Just do what comes natural. You can do this.
and you feel inspired. So,
Guided and inspired.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I forget which one it is. Take a D12 inspiration die.
Where do I put that?
Wait.
Do I just hold on to it, or?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear this didgeridoo.
All right. So roll a performance check.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with advantage from Axton?
It's plus a D4. So whatever you roll, add a D4 to that as well.
So
add it. Add a D4.
also add 2 because it's a +2 instrument.
So
Okay.
D6
12.
or?
No. It's 12 plus a D4.
plus a d4, and then you can
Oh.
use your inspiration on it as well.
All right.
2.
So you got 14. You have
And then
your
what's my
D12.
inspiration? A D12? Roll it. I'll do it. 7.
9,
20, 21?
22.
So 22. So it's not as good as your previous performance, but it's still really good nonetheless. And people are clapping. The traveler. Yeah, it's like.
Fucking didgeridoo.
And Axton and Hope, you also feel whenever he's playing, you both feel inspired. So you both get a D6 inspiration though.
All right. Cool. I can note that.
The traveler starts playing in, using 3 different instruments at once, and the performance is fantastic, with sounds that you've never heard before, with music, compositions that are just above and beyond anything you've ever heard in a tavern, probably anything you've ever heard in your life, and it's just a wonderful piece. As it comes to a close, like more coins are coming in the middle of both Marwin and the traveler, and kind of looking around. There's about 30 coins on the ground. Kids are clapping, and everybody's having a really, really good time. The song comes to a close, and the crowd just uproars. And while the crowd is, coming up and congratulating, the traveler just puts his hand on Marwin and gives him a nod, and you hear just boosh, 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 as the drums and cymbals are going off as he continues to travel away.
I'm gonna look down at Marwin.
So
Why?
Yeah.
Can we hear more of that? That was amazing.
He's speaking.
I don't know. I don't know. We've been more focused on having some bigger things and bigger issues, so it's really been in the back of my mind.
Well, as someone that receives and channels guidance from a divine sense, I feel inspired right now more than I have in a long time. Let me tell you, I have a really great feeling about this. This music was amazing. I know we've been going through a lot of really difficult times, but this, I feel uplifted and brought to a level of joy that I haven't felt in months. I think we need more of this. What do you think, Hope?
I agree. I do. It.
Right now, or
I mean, not doesn't have to be right now. Maybe this will cheer Vrax up. You should definitely bring that instrument into his room and play to try to cheer him up.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do
I
that.
agree.
I gotta figure out what the hell a didgeridoo is. That's what I gotta do.
You know what? It sounded good to me.
The people liked it.
Yes, they did.
Do I stop and pick up the coins, or do I just leave the coins there?
It's whatever you want to do.
I'm taking the coin.
Pick up the coins. Yeah, you earned those.
I need them. I need them for megs of ale.
You earned those.
Kind of thumbing through the coins, there's about 32. There's 32 coins in total.
That's all you, buddy. You earned that. Good job. I feel better about today already. Even though we've been through a lot, I feel like things are going to go our way today. And I'm going to continue heading towards the corner.
Yeah.
There you go. So now you can apply that to your repertoire.
Dude, that's solid, man. That's awesome.
So basically, so everyone knows, the didgeridoo is a +2 instrument. it can also be applied to spells as well. So if he were to cast a spell, channeling it through the didgeridoo, it would get +2 on attack and damage. Also, when played, up to 3 allies will be inspired with a d6. You can do that twice per long rest.
That's solid. I feel like I said, Axton feels inspired to a degree of which he hasn't in quite some time.
So basically, you have a you can use it one more time to inspire as well. So you guys make your way to the general location of where the guards keep prisoners, and asking them where the coroner is. He's just on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
When asking them, their bodies were brought there last night. Or early this morning. Vespire released the bodies to him.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll thank the guards.
Making your way over to the coroner's hut. He is not in the hut, but kind of looking around, you can see him starting to dig graves.
I'm gonna head point over to where he is and head over that way.
Fine.
So approaching him, there's crows around. It's it's overly overcast, kind of in his general location. It's very grim feeling. I'm trying to find a good song for this. Yeah, this will work. So approaching, he's just digging right outside of the tree. He's a middle-aged man, slender, wearing kind of just normal clothes. They're a little bit worn. He's got mud on his leather boots as he continues to dig.
Excuse me, sir.
He pulls out a shovel, sticks it into the ground, looks over. Yes. How can I help you?
We were told some bodies were released to you just this morning. Specifically, we're looking for a younger girl, mid-20s.
And he kind
You
of
haven't buried her by hands, have you?
he points over to a closed, like a fresh grave that's by a tree. The tree is like a cherry blossom tree.
Gotcha.
Very beautiful.
Well, we're just gonna head over there if that's all right.
Gives a slow nod. Goes back to his digging.
Head over to the grave.
Okay.
Hope if you want to do this, we're going to have to exhume the body. If you were to do it now, she would, and it works. She'll come back, but she'll still be 6 feet down and in that box.
I know. It's just in my heart, I feel like your time was too soon.
Well, I mean, I can speak with the severity of someone of the clergy to this gravedigger, but perhaps I don't know. I'm not the most persuasive. Perhaps he won't have a problem, but he did just go through the effort of digging this grave and filling it. I know he looks like an older gentleman. That couldn't have been easy. I don't want to. I don't know, but I'm off. I'm on your side. I back you. Whatever you want to do.
Let me go talk to him.
All right.
I'm gonna go turn back and I'm gonna talk to the grave digger.
Okay. So you approach him. He's still digging.
Excuse me.
Takes out the shovel, plants it in the ground, rests his hands on the on the edge of the shovel. Yes.
Hello. My name is Hope. And you are?
Jared.
It's pleased to meet you. My friend asked about the young female, and I felt her time was too soon. And I know you just buried her, but I was wondering if we could take the body and go to a cleric or somebody.
What relationship did you have with the deceased?
She was our cook, but she was also family.
250 gold.
That's fine. I'll go ahead and I pull out and pay him.
He reaches out, takes the gold, puts it in his pocket, picks up the shovel, walks over, kind of moving Axton a little bit out of the way. Starts on digging her up.
Just, I don't really get the feeling that he wants help from this. I'm getting, so I'm just gonna, I guess, stand by and watch.
Okay.
Seems like this is his deal, so.
About 45 minutes passes until you're and he pulls himself into the grave, bringing in a ladder, and the edge of the coffin, a wooden coffin, hits the side as it gets picked up and kind of pushed out of the gravesite, and
I'll help him with that.
he climbs out.
There she is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He gives a nod and just picks up the shovel again and walks back over to the other grave.
All right. Well, Hope, I don't know. Did you want to do this here, or did we want to take her someplace?
Let's take her someplace safe.
Okay.
And then we can figure out tomorrow.
Okay. I'll pick her up, and because I'm not gonna take the box, I don't think, with me.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it's just since it was not really paid for, it's just
It's just a pine box.
It's just a pine box, so you're able to, pry it open. I think you have a crowbar or something.
I do have a crowbar. Yeah.
So you're able to pry it open. She's wrapped in a sheet already, from head to toe.
Okay.
Doesn't smell too good.
Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. Wait, let me see one thing. If I have gentle repose prepared, I have cast it steady. I don't. So never mind. You know what? it's worth it. It's fine. I'm going to carry her, you know, kind of, and I'll just carry her to wherever we decide we're going to go.
So you're going to carry a dead body through town?
I mean, well, I guess we're on the
In the middle
outskirts
of
of
the
town,
day?
you said, right now?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we're like out in the woods, right?
Just right outside town.
All right. Yeah, it's probably not the best thing to carry a dead body all the way through town at like 10 a.m. in the morning. So we could just kind of move off to the side of the, you know, somewhere a little more secluded. Does that sound good? Hope?
Yes.
All right, so I'll carry her away from the town rather than through the town.
So you find a nice shaded spot that's outside town where nobody who's, unless they're actively looking, is not going to find you.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess I'll kind of just unwrap the just like the head so we can just see, you know, her face. And talk to Hope and say, well, I think this is as good a spot as any if you want to try.
Yes. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and open the book
Okay.
and
Raise dead.
raise dead.
All right. You can cast 5th level spells, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you open the book up and you're like, kind of think for a second, and Axton, you know, kind of peers over, raise dead. And you kind of give a nod and put your hand on the book as the words start appearing on the page for how to cast raise dead. You do know that you need a diamond worth at least 500 gold.
Yeah. I'm going to, with the bag of holding full of diamonds, as I reach into the bag of holding, I'm going to think about the largest diamond that was in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that out.
All right. So you take out almost a palm-sized diamond. Yeah, it's a fairly big diamond as you hand it over to Hope.
Now you take it.
Okay. As you concentrate, basically doing what the spell says, holding out the diamond in front of her and placing it on her upper chest, the diamond kind of starts to glow in a very radiant light and kind of fills her aura and surrounds her in this white, you know, beautiful, blinding light. It goes for a very long time, pulsating, like it's dim, and it grows brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter for what seems like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be praying the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So the light finally gets to its brightest point where it's very blinding. You actually have to turn away from it. And as the light subsides, and you have your eyes closed and shielding your eyes from, you know, from the light that's been emitted, you hear coughing, and kind of a struggle as well. As you look down, you see Gwen in terror, as she's not being able to move her arms because she's wrapped in a sheet.
I'm going to, with a small dagger, just kind of
No.
It's okay. It's okay. Breathe. Just breathe.
What?
I'm tears just run down my face.
What?
It's all right. Good.
What happened?
Hope on this one.
She's looking frantic.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. You died. And,
She's
I
Gwen starts crying.
had to bring you back. Bradley's not here. He also passed away.
She
I'm
kind
so
of
sorry.
closes her eyes tightly and turns her head to the side and starts to weep.
I'm gonna kind of drop to one knee and one hand on Hope's shoulder and the other one kind of on Gwen's shoulder, and just kind of be there, comforting, and yeah, just sit there silently, just to be physically there with just the kind of encouraging touch that I'm there for both of them.
She, after a few minutes goes by, she starts to compose herself a little bit. Still wipes her face. It's just getting her face all dirty from having her hands on the ground and then wiping tears from her cheeks.
I use prestidigitation on her.
As the dirt, the tears go, her hair looks nicer now. She stands up and kind of has her head down and thank you.
It's good
You're
to have you
family
back.
to us.
So are you.
I cry more.
I'm going to I'll just again around her shoulders and just kind of try to comfort her and to assist her in walking, and I'll also use that to just cast a first level cure wounds since she's only I guess at 1 HP.
Yeah, she's only at 1 HP.
Just give her a little
And while you're,
help. I mean,
she looks a little wobbly.
yeah.
As you're doing that, she almost falls down again to her knees, out of breath. And she's fully healed.
Sorry.
I feel better though.
Good. I'm glad.
Where's Bradley at?
I know. I guess we'll kind of lead her over back towards where the gentleman was digging the graves, and I'll leave her with Hope, and I'll head over to the gravedigger and ask him that she was brought in with an older gentleman. Where was he buried?
He points further down, kind of more into the forest area. There is a fresh grave that's underneath a very large oak tree.
Okay, and I will kind of lead everyone over to where that is.
Gwen kind of leads the group over there as she looks, at the fresh gravesite and kind of drops down to a knee slowly and puts her hand on the gravesite, just as a very faint whisper, and she stands up and kind of composes herself, and she looks to the rest of you. And anybody else?
No.
Good. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to take some time alone.
All the time you need.
Yes.
Thank you. And she kind of walks ahead.
Just let her go. Gonna look to Hope, and you did a good thing. I know that couldn't have been easy.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna, you know what? Axton's gonna go for it. I'm just gonna give Hope just a big hug.
So Hope, as you're staying there, Axton kind of comes over with a, sincere, making sure you're okay, and then as you're kind of looking down, you see his form just thrust upon you in a big hug, an embrace. It doesn't feel as good as when your mom hugged, but with cold armor pressed against your face, you.
I hug him back with like a pat kind of thing going on.
Oh, I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm engaged to some dude I don't want to marry.
Kind of feeling that, I'm kind of like awkwardly disengage and just.
I chuckle. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, we had other things we had to do today. Why don't we go do that? And I kind of like start to walk away awkwardly. Marwin, maybe a tune to break the tension?
I'm going to pull out my lute. I'll pull out my lute and start playing a little diddly on the lute.
All right. Roll me a performance check.
24.
Nice.
It's
the perfect song for the situation.
It's like,
which is impressive given the situation.
It's a very impressive song that kind of shifts the mood back to where it was very slowly. It starts off as a kind of a slower song, matching the moods of where one is, and then kind of lifts up spirits towards the end as you make your way back into town.
All right. Do I know of a jeweler?
You've seen some jewelers in the Tinker's District. You've also seen them in you see them more in the Trader's District, though.
And I'm sorry, my memory's a little foggy on this. And the Monsters of Jakeen are in which district?
The Traders.
Then that would make the most sense to go there, because we can try to kill two birds with one stone.
Sure. So you head over to a jeweler store. I don't have a store name, but let's see. Where is my list of? There we go. We will go with.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Mm-hmm.
Jules.
That's what I was thinking too. Gems.
You find a store that has a upside down diamond shape on it, and it's the Jaded Beard.
I'm gonna write that one down. That's a good one. The Jaded Beard. All right, I enter the Jaded Beard.
You see a couple people, looking around at different, it's glass encasements with a couple of necklaces. Hope you're not getting any magical vibe from these necklaces or different rings, earrings. They seem to be decoration.
Pure fashion.
I'm gonna walk up to, I guess, the counter.
Yeah, there's no one at the counter. You do see a younger gentleman, short white hair, with glasses that kind of go to the brim of his nose. He's got a kind of elongated nose as well. Human. He's wearing very fine clothes, and he's helping 2 other customers out at this time. He says, one moment, I'll be right with you.
Take your time.
As you look around, there's some very nice looking jewelry. There's engagement rings. There's
I roll my eyes on that.
yeah. That's what catches Hope's attention for a second. As, yeah. There's topaz, opal. Surprisingly enough, no diamonds.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I think to myself.
Good.
So the two other people that were in there, he kind of brings them up to the counter. They kind of, step up to the counter and kind of push you out of the way, Axton. And he pulls it out. They're talking back and forth about monetary values for it, and they pay. They get their necklace. She's the girl is head over heels, like, oh, this is so lovely. He's like, well, it fits you suitably and it matches your eyes, And yeah, they're having, it's very lovey-dovey. And he goes, yes, how can I help you 3?
I'm gonna reach into my kind of bag and pull out the bag of diamonds and say, sir, I have I need these gems appraised. I hope you're not busy for the next few days. I have quite a few. You will be paid handsomely, but just be aware. I know how many are in here, I say. And then I kind of...
He puts out a like a cloth on top of the counter. It's a fairly large counter. As he puts out both of his hands and kind of gives a smirk and motions, to put him on the counter.
So I'm gonna start at one end with the bag of holding tipped up and just slowly start
Yeah.
And down the counter.
Yeah, there's opals. There's rubies, sapphires, topaz, diamonds, all kinds, and his eyes are just lit up like he's well, you weren't lying. And then
I never do.
The smell of orc or smell of goblin kind of hits him. He's like, nope. Oh, my lord.
Presentation.
As
There's no smell.
The smell goes away.
Is that a cantrip for you?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh. Whew. Well, you definitely were not lying. As he eyes over. With the amount of jewels you have here, I will. What exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for a appraisal of all value? Are you looking to get rid of them? What are you looking for?
My personal, and I kind of look to the others, but I say my personal interest is in the diamonds. Appraisal of the diamonds, and I again look to the rest of the other jewels are not really of any interest to me, or did they pose any interest to either of you?
Just the diamonds.
Marwin?
Marwin? Marwin.
Marwin.
Yes.
You're being
Never mind.
summoned by
So the rest of the gems we are looking to get rid of. Just the diamonds then. We would like those appraised. We will return, and then we may be in discussions to...
I'm sorry, I was thinking of a new song for the loot.
That's fine. You know what? I like to hear that. The rest of the gems, the non-diamonds, we would be looking to sell them. And you are our premier dealer, so we would love to hand them off to you if you'd be interested.
Oh, Axton.
Yes.
I will let you know right now that with all of these diamonds and all the rest of the jewels, there is no one who's going to be able to buy all of these.
Okay.
At least all at once.
I appreciate your honesty, good sir. Well, I'll tell you what. As far as the diamonds go, I know diamonds are a little bit of a hard to come by item here in Hellbrook. I'd like the diamonds appraised for value. I will be willing to potentially part with several of them once I have kind of an idea. If you can just kind of give me a range of value for them, kind of group them together, that would be fantastic. And then the rest of the gems, you being so honest and being our premier dealer, I will let you have first pick of any of the rest of the gems that you would prefer, and we would be willing to part with them for a reasonable amount, whatever you deem reasonable.
I'll tell you what. How about I counteroffer?
Okay.
To have them appraised, I get pick of the diamonds. 2, to be precise. And then we'll talk about what they are worth after.
I'm gonna... Just 1 second, and I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. What do you think? I mean, we just turned around. He's behind us.
Yeah,
You know,
so you
whatever.
can't hear us. I don't like it. No.
No?
I don't want.
No.
Should we take our business elsewhere then?
We could try for another area, definitely. And see what he says.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn around to the gentleman, and I will say, "Well, sir, I have spoken with my compatriots, and we feel at this time we would prefer to take our business elsewhere. But thank you very much for your hospitality."
That is
And
your
I'll
choice.
Slowly start pushing them back into the bag.
Appraising is a time-consuming effort. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. And then I guess we'll leave.
All right.
Apparently, he had too much gems in his eyes. So maybe next time we only put a handful out.
You know what, Hope? I tell you what. That's a great idea. You're in charge of the next place. I hand you the bag of gems.
Alright.
Hey, Axton.
Yes, Marwin.
Is there anywhere around here that I could sell some
So, what?
that I had? Some of the teeth that I had from the island we were on.
Oh,
I still have T-Rex teeth, a Triceratops horn, an Allosaurus tooth.
you
Who
know
would be
that sounds
interested in stuff like that?
that sounds like a question for the folks at the Monsters. That sounds like something they might be interested in, or at least they might know somebody
Okay.
who does. And we're gonna head there anyway, so.
Okay. That's good. And I'm gonna put my loot away so that I'm paying attention.
All right. So you
So
make
why don't
your
we
way.
head to the Monsters then? Is that closer to the next jewelry shop or no?
It's within the same district.
Okay.
You would have to come back out and then head back into the Tinker. Think of it's like a 3-leaf clover.
Gotcha.
Upside down
Okay.
3-leaf clover. How the town is set up. So you make your way over to the Monsters. Looking up, the tower has a newer newer airship that looks. It doesn't have the balloon on top. It's actually just hovering there. It looks about half done. And you see a bunch of people, a bunch of gnomes actually working on it. You figure that that's probably the airship that Jacko had in store for the Mages Guild in the fight for against Marwin.
Okay.
So
Great.
it gives you kind of relief knowing that you do have backup for that fight, and that things are still rolling.
Gotcha.
You make your way up to the monsters of Jakeen. You're about to open the door, and you notice a parchment on the door that says Monsters of Jakeen closed for important business south. It's only been a day since the slot attack. So they're
that's right.
still
It has
there.
been. They're still. Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
It was a call of arms, so
Yeah. Well, then I guess we'll be waiting for this. Hang on to those teeth, Marwin. Shall we try another jeweler then?
Yes, let's find another.
okay. So you head back over to the Tinker's District. I gotta come up with another name. No, that's just mean. Well, they're
Oh, gosh.
closed.
Well, I guess we know who we're dealing with.
Mhm.
Marwin, cast suggestion on them. Tell them to do all the stuff for us.
So you find another jeweler's shop within the Tinker's District, which is primarily gnomes. You head in there, and the shop is nowhere near as elegant as the Jaded Beard was. There are broken stones. There's like the glass casing is a little cracked. There is dust, and it's not well up kept. And an older gnome comes out. He's got these glasses on that have like different sizes for him to kind of zoom in closer and closer that he can slap down. They have different colors in them as well. His hair is shorter, bald on top, kind of really bedhead out, white, just pure white. As he looks over, he goes,
Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I have a couple of gems, diamonds. I'd like to get appraised if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and think of just 3 diamonds, 3 nice sized diamonds.
Okay. So, a fairly large sized diamond comes out. It's about the size of your thumb. But it has a giant crack in the middle of it. Another diamond comes out, but it's kind of ovaled, with a point at the very bottom. And then a very pristine looking diamond comes out as you pull all 3 out and put on the table. And he kind of puts on some. Probably the fanciest things in here are the gloves that he puts on, as he goes through a couple of different of his lenses to get the right one. As he picks up the diamonds and looks at them. Yes, he's looking at the one with the crack. It takes him a couple minutes. He puts it down, picks up the next one, kind of does the same thing, moving eyeglasses, putting in eyeglasses. He does this for all 3. He says,
Well, I think I've got a good value for them, but for the appraisal, that'd be 100 gold.
Total?
Total.
All right. I go
I'll
ahead.
pull- Yeah.
You pull
got
it?
No, you're already on top of it, so go.
Oh.
All you. I'll pay you
All
back.
right.
So
So yeah, go ahead.
he points to the cracked one. He says,
Now, normally this would be a very good diamond, but it has this giant crack on it,
as you can see, and he kind of points it to you, as you see the giant crack on it.
Normally this would be a 10,000 gold diamond, but this particular diamond is it's about $2,000
or 2,000 gold with the crack in it.
All right.
He pulls out the next one. It's a little bit smaller but pristine. He goes, now this one is worth 10,000 gold. And he puts it down, slides it over, picks up the smaller diamond. He says, this diamond is worth about 5,000 gold. And puts it down, slides it over.
Thank you so much.
And Axton, you're just kind of replaying in your mind about that giant diamond that you handed Hope.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. You know what? It was for a cause that is greater than myself.
Wait, the one that was the size of his palm?
Yeah.
The size of a palm, you say?
No.
No, you know what? It's
Well,
How much would one that big be, hypothetically? If it was
depending on the
size- Not my palm, obviously. My palm is a little small.
Size of his palm.
a size
the
of a
size-
human
the size-
palm.
Yes, a human hand. How big? How much would a diamond of that size be?
Well,
In
if-
great quality, in pristine quality.
Close to 500,000.
500,000.
you know what?
Okay, I was just curious. I mean, I've never seen one that big. I was just curious to know if we ever did see one that was that size. What the?
Well, if you do, you bring it over here, and we could make a lot of money with it.
You know what? If I do come across one, I will definitely bring it here.
Well, sir, if I was to guesstimate a size of a diamond that would be, I mean, these are clearly quite nice diamonds. Something around this value of around 300 to 500 gold, roughly size-wise. What would you say that would be in pristine quality?
Oh, for diamonds,
Yeah.
probably. And he puts up his thumb. Probably about this size.
Okay. And I kind of like, because that's more what I think I'm interested in. I say out loud to the group to kind of like, that's more what I'm looking for. Meaning that everything else is way more than we need. Unless we have another Victor situation. But, sir, would you be interested at all in purchasing gems? Is that something you do here?
Well, unfortunately, for these diamonds, although I would love to take them, I just don't have the gold value for it. I might be able to trade you for them, depending on what you're looking for.
Well, I mean, I look to
What
hope.
do you have?
I want to. Oh, actually, I want to lean over to Hope and like motion for her to come down to me and ask her if she sense any magic.
Do I? Okay, I
Can
lean down.
Can she
Do I
sense magic?
sense any magic?
Can she sense like on any items if there's anything worth the damn?
Out in the shop, no. But beyond the counter into the back, you do.
Well, what do you have, sir?
Well, it's not much. It was, well, I don't even know if it would be worth your time.
Well, we're here, and I'm kind of curious.
Well, so be it. And he goes in the back and comes out with a golden with a golden bow with silver on either side. That kind of comes out, and he puts it on the counter. It's a very, very nice looking bow.
Is it a short bow?
No, it's a longbow.
We're not interested, and I leave. I'm just kidding.
Well,
Of course, it's a long bow.
Apparently, we know who would like this.
We do. He has been asking about it quite often, so it seems.
Yes. And how much would this be?
He points down to the cracked diamond.
I turn to Axton and Marwin. So, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
He kind of perks up and okay. And he picks up the bow and kind of shoves it, towards you.
Now, is this the magical item? Do we know?
We bought this bow anyway.
Or did we just throw away a diamond for a bow that's shiny?
It's all right. Don't worry.
Hope you do detect magic on this bow.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, it's okay.
You know
But
what?
I'm curious. What else does this do? Do you know?
I'm trying to copy and paste it. to you.
Oh, awesome.
Well, this guy is talking.
Well, I'm not too sure, but maybe somebody with more magic. I know it's been. I know it's magical in intent, but I'm not sure what exactly it does. And this won't let me copy and paste.
While he's saying that, I want to say, sir, you have been just a wonderful help. And then while I look at one of his cracked cases, I want to just put my hands on it and say, I like you. You're one of the best jewelers I've met, and I want to cast Mending on his cracked glass case and fix it.
His eyes light up. He says, "That is a very kind gesture," and he reaches down and pulls up this bottle, a yellowish bottle. He kind of blows dust off it. Not intently, but it does go to your face. It's very thick, liquid inside. But he says, "Here, I'll never use this," and he hands it over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't drink it.
Okay. Thank
What
you
is
for
it?
stopping me.
Well,
Yes. What is?
it's a potion of invisibility.
Oh,
Wow.
well, thank you. Very nice.
Very much. I'm gonna put that in my bag.
The bow is oath bow.
Nice.
Nice.
Solid. Well, again, for that, if there's any more crack, because it's a cantrip, so what the hell? If there's anything else that's broken, I'm just gonna fix it for this guy, because he's like a sweetheart. I love this guy.
His eyes are just, like
If anything, that's
the candles are
dirty,
coming
yeah,
back to
you know.
life.
Yeah.
Like he's
Presentation.
he
everything.
is overwhelmed.
I was just thinking,
He's never seen this much magic in his life.
could you have mended the crack in that diamond?
Possibly, but you know what? You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say, sir, is the diamond still on the counter?
No, he pulled it back.
You know what? I'm gonna say, sir, if you might, I try a thing with that diamond. I mean, you're still welcome to keep it. I would just like to see something.
And he pulls out the diamond again. It's in his gloved hand though.
Did you see what I did for your glass counter? I may be able to do that for that. You're still welcome to keep it regardless, but I may be able to fix that as well.
Sure, you can try. And he puts it down the counter and pushes it forward.
And I will try to mend the crack.
Let me just look over mending real quick.
Well, here I can throw it in the chat.
The spell requires a single broken tear.
Sounds like it works.
So, as you kind of just put your finger on it,
We've just screwed ourselves out of so much money.
the green the green light kind of fills up the diamond in the crack, slowly fades away, and his eyes get really big. And he kind of...
And I push it back to him.
He grabs it for a second, and then puts it down. He says, "I can't accept this for the bar that we made."
No, it's for you.
Yes. Use it to make this place great again. I feel like this in one time it was a sight to behold, and I wish to see it be that again.
And trust us, we will come back.
We will.
Well, here, and he grabs his ring on his finger, takes it off, and pushes it towards. Then I think that will suffice. As he takes the diamond back and puts it in a little box underneath his counter.
Hope.
Do I detect magic on it?
Nope. It's a topaz diamond. There's a topaz ring. It looks very nice.
Yeah, topaz, no magic.
Well, thank you.
Unfortunately, that one it was just passed down. It's very old.
No, and I'm
Well,
gonna.
then no.
No,
We can't
sir. I
take
can't. This is an heirloom. No.
It's fine. I have no children. It's fine. Pass it on to another adventurer who... Maybe you two will have children. I don't know.
Whoa!
No. Marwin and him? No.
Whoa!
And I find something else to clean.
He kind of just sits there. He's like, "Oh,
sir,
sorry."
it's fine. It's fine. We are in no short supply of trinkets and
Wait,
baubles,
trinkets? I've got trinkets.
and gems. So we would be more than willing to part with them to help aid in your shop. We've seen some of the other shops around, and yours is the most friendly we've visited.
It's also the most deserted, unfortunately.
Well, we'd like to help prevent that from happening.
Since
again.
Maven Beard came to town with his fancy jewels and...
That guy's an asshole.
Yeah, he's very...
He kind of chuckles and
Ooh.
puts his head down. I agree.
Oh man, I love this guy. Hope, can I see that bag for a sec?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna think about I poured most of them out, but most of the smaller non-diamonds, like rubies, topazes, the other ones. Just I want to grab a handful of those.
What is this bag? Keep on pulling all kinds of gems out of here.
So this is a bag of gems, and you are just a wondrous man. And I feel blessed to have found you. I think that this is good fortune, and you know what? Lady Luck has smiled on you today, sir, and I'm going to take the handful of little gems and put them out on the counter and say, put these in your brand new case. Slide them over to him. Let's run Maven Beard out of town. And I'll wink at him.
I don't know what to say.
Say yes.
Yeah. I would.
But I do have a question for you, kind sir.
Anything.
And I'm gonna pull out the Allosaurus tooth, the T-Rex teeth, the 3 of them that I have, and the Triceratops horn, which is obviously huge compared to.
His eyes light up like a little kid.
I want to gently put them on the counter as to not break the glass, and ask if he knows anybody that would be interested in buying these, and if he wants to know what they are.
Well, if you want me to sell them for you, I can try. I've never seen what are these? I've never even seen anything like this.
Okay, they are. Axton, why don't you tell him?
I'll say, well, sir,
Excuse me, I have 4 huge Allosaurus.
they belong to a creature the likes of which I have never seen. And I actually will pull out my sketches of the T-Rex and the Allosaurus that I made to
He,
send
like,
to
takes the
Nick Girl
book
that I never did.
Yeah, he just like takes the book from me and he's like looking at it and he's like, oh. And he like points to one, like, you know, he points to an Ankylosaurus and he's like, this one?
No,
No.
He looks like
instruct him
down.
to the one.
Yeah.
This one?
What I can do, if you want, I can sell them for you for 10%.
How about I give you 15%?
I'm not sure you know how business works.
No, remember, we agree on an asshole. We want that asshole out of town. I will give you 15% if you sell it.
He puts out his hand.
Deal.
I reach up and...
No, he's a gnome.
Oh, perfect. You're ready to be awesome. This is my guy.
Yeah.
This is my dude.
The counter's low. Like, at Accident Hope, you kind of have to bend into his shop. So, and he kind of starts to get to work before, and he looks over to Accident. He's like,
Can I have those pages and put them next to the teeth?
I will say, give me 1 sec. You know what?
Make a print of it. Make a second drawing of it so you have one for yourself.
I don't even know if that's a thing I would know how to do.
You can't redraw a picture?
I can't. You know what? I just, for a second, I look at the picture, and then I...
all right,
use a mo-
for
I
fun,
Yeah,
let's roll a performance to see how well. Actually, you know what? We will do. Sleight of hand
Gross.
Oh.
to
On
see
everybody?
No, for Axton to see how well it was drawn. 18. So these are pretty good sketches. Marwin, just do you want to steal it from him?
No, I wanted to roll just to see what it was because that's one of my only expertises that I
Yeah.
have. That's actually worth.
So yeah, it's a very well drawn sketch. Roll me. Roll me a investigation to see if you can duplicate it.
Wonder. You just did that on purpose. Fine. 22.
Ooh.
You feel that you can duplicate them almost to perfection.
Well, then I will gladly leave it, and I will say, sir, I can't believe it's been this long, but we never asked your name.
How rude of you, Axton.
I look down at Marwin with just my typical Marwin, like, very similar to the investigation roll, like, put down at Marwin.
It's Goth.
Garth.
Well, Garth, I hope that this brings you much, much business and commerce, and we will be in dealings. We are Marin's mercenaries. We inherited Calvin Marquis' house, so we will
Oh,
see you.
yes. I knew Calvin Marquis when he was around. He was very kind.
Did you?
Yes.
That's good to know.
Indeed. Well, I feel we've taken enough of your time, good sir.
In the shop, is there like still gems or necklaces or anything, or does he? Not
Yeah,
really have
I mean,
anything?
there's a couple necklaces. They don't look there's like turquoise necklaces. I guess like some opals, but they don't look very good. They're not shiny. They're not well upkept.
It's not like the other shop we were in.
Yeah.
Oh, so can I presentation them and make it look like they're shiny?
I mean, even with that,
Yeah.
they're just not good quality gems.
Oh, okay.
So, but you can see that he's pulling out some necklaces from the back, and kind of looking at the other jewels that Axton gave him to see which ones would fit, in order to make new jewelry.
Garth, I have a question for you.
Anything.
How long would it take you to, bring in your new stock of items?
Well, seeing that I can finally have something to barter with, it might take me a couple months to acquire the materials needed to fashion some new jewelry.
All right,
Do
you
you
let
want
me
something
know.
custom?
No. I have plan. You let me know when you have your shop ready, and I'll bring in the customers.
Very well. I will let you know. And you're at
Thank you.
the Calvin Marquis Quinn Famel residence, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. I will let you know.
Thank you.
Well, at this point, I will look to him and I will say thank you again for all of your assistance. And then I will bow deeply and I will say, "Party on, Garth." And I will walk out of the shop.
He runs over and grabs your hand in a handshake with his other hand, wrapped around, and gives it, a nice little, really quick, and then does it with Hope and does it with Marwin. Thank you.
And I look over at him as we're walking out of the shop and say, Garth, just remember, fortune favors the bold. And then I walk off, and then I walk out of the shop.
Okay.
I give Marwin a little pat on the back as he says that.
All right. And as you venture out of the shop, we're gonna take our second break. So.
Oh, before the second break, do I see like a sign up? His sign.
It's you can't even see what the sign name is. It's all worn. It's kind of cracked halfway off.
Mm.
It's okay. It's hanging by a thread.
Wow.
Axton,
Yes.
we never found out what the shop's name was, right?
We never did.
All right.
We can commission a new sign once we do, though.
I think so.
Wow.
All right.
Break time.
All right. So as you head out back to your home, we're going to take our break. So stay tuned. We'll be back for our third and final part. You don't want to miss it. We'll see.
Check the links in the Twitch chat, folks. Those are what Axton drew. Those are some drawings of an Allosaurus and a T-Rex.
All right.